Hi, everybody at the park. I'm some kind of space hero, as far as you know. Just gonna hang out at the park before I go back to Mars, where my wife, the Empress of Mars, is waiting for me. That's how you feel in this car. So we're here in Los Angeles, in the Silver Lake area of Los Angeles, and I'm very excited because we're gonna go meet Baron Margo. He makes these amazing rocket cars and has an amazing place. And so we're gonna actually go meet and talk to him. So let's see if he's home. I guess we just, God damn it. What the hell? Hello?
Oh, hey.
Baron?
Yeah.
Hey, there's something weird going on with your door.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for having us over.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you
It's been
too.
a while.
Much like the cars Baron built, Baron had built this house. You said you got it in 71,
It
right?
was an old condemned house in 71, and I just through the years built it, hand built it.
So everything we're gonna see here in this house is stuff you yourself have put together with your own two hands.
Yes.
And that's gonna be fantastic. So
Come
this
on
is
in.
like a whole big project unto itself. Lots of good robot servants here to help out. Kind of a friendly robot cow guy. I remember reading as a kid, they said by the year 2000, every home have a robot cow servant, which is good.
This is a
What's going
Honda
on here?
100 with a big Chevy V8 in it.
Yeah, look at that. So when you're bending the complicated shapes that you have in your rocket
I
cars.
use a pole or telephone pole or something like that.
Really? And that's
No,
it?
in the rocket cars, no. You need shrinkers, English wheel,
Yeah,
stretchers, shrinkers,
yeah,
and then you have to hand hammer it too.
yeah.
Because each part is just like,
Do you do all that back here, or do you do the pieces back here?
well, no, I'm building a car right now in my friend's shop in Long Beach.
Oh, so you actually have a shop for the bigger stuff.
Yeah. Let's go upstairs. I have some of the model cars up here. Watch your step.
Okay. Yeah, these are great.
I use a lot of real parts,
Oh,
like
yeah.
heads and carburetors and things of that nature. Through these cars, I got excited and I decided, wouldn't it be great if I could build cars like this? And in the year 2000, I started building, real cars that I could drive in the street. And I've been going to junkyard for years and years. I've been collecting for many years so that I can sit back and create and build something. I don't have to run to a junkyard every day.
Right. Yeah, that's
But
fantastic.
let's get on and we'll get
Okay.
We'll eat some lunch and
Let's drive some cars.
Hell yeah!
Hell
I'm
yeah,
ready.
all right,
I'm
let's
ready.
do it.
That's what I'm
Okay.
waiting for.
I'll be honest with you, and I think I said this before, but I'm absolutely thrilled to be driving this car. And actually, really, car is even kind of the wrong word for this. I mean, it is a car. You could take it to go get groceries if you wanted to, but it's a moving sculpture. It's running over rough LA roads, and it's been doing this for over 10 years, and somehow it's still together, and this guy put it together just in his own little makeshift garage. It's really amazing. Okay, let's put it this way. If you believe in the idea of parallel universes, somewhere out there, there's a universe where things went a little differently, where Zeppelin travel was common, and jetpacks were the sorts of things you could go and buy at a sporting goods store. And we believed in this idea, this kind of Buck Rogers-y idea of gleaming silver rocket ships. All of those things together, that's the aesthetic of this car. It's interesting because I'm very used to a lot of this car because almost all the mechanicals in here are right from an old VW Beetle. So I've got basically a standard 1600cc dual port Beetle engine right behind me. The chassis is mostly from a Beetle, gearbox, everything, suspension, all from a Beetle. But as you might guess, it's very heavily modified. For one thing, where I'm sitting right now, if this was an actual Beetle, I'd be kind of right at the back seat. So that means all my controls, the steering, the shifter, pedal box, everything's had to be lengthened by 2 or 3 feet. There's a slight lag, like when you steer and then everything happens. I think because everything's been lengthened so much. It also could be in my head. It's really hard to tell. Everything, because it's all handmade, when you go over bumps, everything's moving and cascading in its own little way. Clearly, it all works, and it's all stayed together this long, but it's not like a modern car that goes through noise and vibration testing and everything else. The fenders turn with the wheels, so your turning circle is kind of restricted. And the radius of the turn that you can do is not huge, so you have to kind of keep that in mind when you're driving. Everything's a little wonky because it's all handmade. The pedals are at strange angles. Occasionally I have to look down to make sure my foot's actually going to hit the brake. And the speedometer isn't really hooked up, so I have no idea how fast I'm going, but it doesn't matter. Every speed you're in this feels like you're doing 100, and it all feels great. The shifter is a little strange, plus the shift knob is a little cast bald guy head with a forked beard, so it feels strange in your hand. You're constantly caressing this tiny metal man's head every time you shift. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying, maybe more cars need something like that. You're inside, but you're outside. You feel like you're in a torpedo, and more importantly, everyone you drive is delighted when you pass them. Hi, everybody at the park. I'm some kind of space hero, as far as you know. Just gonna hang out at the park before I go back to Mars, where my wife, the Empress of Mars, is waiting for me. That's how you feel in this car. In addition to all the amazing stuff you've hand fabricated, there's just a lot of good pieces from other things here. You mentioned the jet engine cowling from the back here. Even the headlights, they're these big brass headlights from an old Cadillac. So where did you find like those giant lights?
Well, things like that. I go to swap meets. Pomona is a good source.
Yeah. Now, when it came to like those lights, did you have the front already decided, or did you find the lights and then the shape and the scale of them kind of dictated everything else?
Kind of, I had the front end, and then I decided, designed how I wanted the headlights to look.
Right.
Which gives the thing the personality.
Yeah, it does. They're like big, kind of goggly glass things. And now these wheels are from what? These are
Model A, and they're the big ones, 21-inch. But I had to have the rear axle machine to fit it because they didn't make dualies. The only dualies they made on Model A was the big AA, and I couldn't use that axle in here.
The insides don't disappoint. Like it's not like a lot of modern car gauges. Like you look at it from the outside, and then once you get here, it's like so satisfying to see it's.
And actually it is, because, and the thing is, it's not even upholstered in the back, but yet it's still.
Yeah, but it all
works.
makes sense. Yeah, it's got like just like a foam panel. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Do you test this stuff like halfway through to see how it all holds together?
No.
Or you just keep going until it's done?
Yeah, I go till it's done, and then I drive it on the road, and if something's not right, we fix it. And they're just so much fun to drive. More than the way they look, it's the way they drive and the feeling you get from driving it.
Absolutely. I felt like the Emperor of Mars driving this thing. I'm pretty sure everybody watching this is going to want to see these other cars, want to know more. What's the best way for them to find out more about you?
Well, I do have a website.
Okay.
So it's baronmargo.com.
Okay. And they could Google Baron Margo, probably.
And yeah, you'll come up with a lot.
Right, all the pictures that people take of you while driving that you have no idea they even took of you.
Exactly.
Okay, perfect, that's great. Also, for anybody else out there, if you enjoyed this video, go here, subscribe to Jalopnik's YouTube page, site, whatever the hell they call it. Subscribe to it, you'll be happy. And yeah, and thanks for watching, because we like making these.
Bye.
All right, let's get in our car. This is a little bit of fuel line that goes from the fuel tank to the metal fuel line and then to the fuel pump back to the engine. So there may have been, it's hard to tell, but if you look carefully, you can see some slight areas of decomposure, barely. Guys with a microscope could probably tell you where it failed. You know, that's our best guess.